Hello there, wonderful people. This is Chris Scotsman, and I love Landmark. Welcome to EQCast. So obviously, there won't be a whole lot to talk about and discuss because if you've been following Twitter, they've run into a bit of a snag that's crashing Landmark with this update. So we're going to have to kind of sit tight. But I wanted to come online because I did notice that there are a few people actually tuning in to this stream that was postponed. So I thought, hey, let me be nice and actually give you something to listen to or watch in the meantime. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about myself. Since there's no game to show you, unfortunately. For those that are wondering, if you try to load into Landmark, it will basically crash out. And that's fine. You know, it's a huge update. PvP is here, and the wait is almost over. I guess we're waiting so we can die? Okay, sounds good to me. Anyway, a little background on me. I'm a shoutcaster. My focus was Quake Live in from 2009 to about 2012. But I stopped shoutcasting because I was about to have a kid, and you can't exactly scream into a microphone in the middle of the night when you have a tiny person. So I kind of stopped. I gave it up for a little while, but Landmark is kind of the first game that's made me want to return, and so, you know, sure enough, here I am. Now, what I'm hoping with Landmark PvP, obviously, no one but the devs has really touched it, as far as I know. But what I'm hoping is that you know, I was watching SOE Live, and I saw the beginnings of what could be a really amazing, you know, competitive scene for Landmark, and maybe even EverQuest Next. I'm not quite sure if, you know, competitive is quite the right word for it, but entertaining to say the least. Just the fact that you have to target, that you have to track your opponents. That right there gets my juices flowing, because that instantly screams skill. And one of the biggest problems that I've always had with any sort of MMO or you know, even something that attempted some sort of quasi-targeting scheme was that it removes skill from the player, and that is just not that's just not something that is worth playing for very long. I mean, yes, I've had my stint in WoW. I've played other games that definitely have that tab targeting mechanism. But my first love, my real love, other than my wife and my kid, is going to be first-person shooters, and if not first-person shooters, something that makes sure that you can that you can know at the end of a match whether or not you played well, right? That's the thing that's missing in so many other games. But it looks like Landmark is going to attempt to introduce this and into, you know, Landmark itself, and then on to EverQuest Next. That to me is phenomenal, because you can actually have it'll mean something if you're good at PvP in Landmark and EverQuest Next. And quite frankly, I think it's exciting. So that's really what I want to bring. My skill set is yelling excitedly into a microphone, providing play-by-play and analysis. And so one of the things that I intended to do, kind of getting back to these kind of inaugural broadcasts for EQCast was simply to try to take the sort of shoutcasting ethos. I mean, as far as I know, and maybe I'm wrong, because I would say that I'm new to the landmark scene. I'm learning the landscape. I'm reaching out to a number of people in the community. So, you know, if you have information to share with me about maybe who I can reach out to, do let me know. But as I was saying, the thing that I've never really seen brought to an MMO, it was sort of brought to WoW, but it never really took off. I know ESL, for example, they broadcasted WoW PvP for a while, but it just wasn't. I don't know. Actually, I scratched that. When James Too Good Harding was doing it, it was pretty good. But then he actually left to do what was the name of his little that company he went to work for? I can't remember. But basically, he left doing that to go kind of pursue a dream where they were trying to create a skill-based PvP system. And for the life of me, I cannot remember what the name of that particular game was. Sorry, James. Anyway, so yeah, I'm all about skill. Now, do I have the skill? We'll see. I know that, like, as I got older playing Quake, for you youngsters out there, you'll learn very quickly that your reflexes will no longer be as keen as they were when you were younger. And so I know that I could pretty much never stand up to the top players in Quake, because you know, they just go well beyond what should be humanly possible sometimes. But anyway, but with Landmark, though, one of the things that I find really interesting, and I'll probably repeat a couple of times as I kind of get to know the community, is that with a game like, say, Quake, a lot of time you could mask your lack of skill by map knowledge, or, you know, lack of aiming, by knowing the arena, by knowing exactly where to be at what time, where to place your shot, how to anticipate movement, and doing that could net you a lot of wins in situations that you should lose if you were just to go toe-to-toe based on aim. So one of the things that I'm kind of hoping that Landmark brings in a very unique way is the landscape's always going to be changing, and so players are going to have to learn how to handle that. And just the sheer imagination of what I've seen, starting tomorrow when the servers are actually up and live, I'll be doing a tour of some PvP arenas, maybe offering a little bit of feedback, and I'm going to try to get a couple of community members in with me, because the one thing I love about the Landmark community is it's actually there. Like, people seem to care about each other, and they seem to be interested in helping each other, which is something that, as a long-time FPS player, wow, that did not exist. So I'm very happy to see it in Landmark. I very much like the community, and I want to see what happens with it as it grows. Hopefully it'll keep that sort of come let me help you improve mentality that I think will be quite sustaining in the long run. At any rate, I didn't really mean to come on for very long. I just wanted to hop on, and because I saw that there were were people checking it out for a while. So just want to give a quick little broadcast saying that once the servers are up, I'm probably going to be playing. But starting tomorrow, assuming the servers are solid, then I am going to do the PvP Arena Tour that was scheduled to start tonight. When I scheduled this little event, I didn't really know what time they planned to do the update. So I was just thinking, oh, well, by 10 p.m. Eastern, sure, servers will have been up for a while. People will have gathered their stuff and gotten their first impressions of PvP, and that's what I was going to try to get after. But, yeah, they decided to do the update later. No problem at all. And so I guess for those interested, please tune in tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern. And hopefully we'll have quite a bit more to showcase other than this. Because, I'm not that pretty. Alright, guys. Have a great evening, and hopefully I will see you in Landmark.